My name is Juana Lahousse-Juárez. I'm Director General for Communications in the European Parliament. So it's our event today, and you are our VIP guest and invited members of a kind of jury. We are very, very, very happy to welcome you here. It's the first time we do this experience, and I think that none of you would say that it's not a great experience, no? Is it a great experience? It is indeed. We will have this panel and this discussion, and for that we have the privilege and the pleasure and the honor to have with us three members of the European Parliament. We had four, the fourth is gone, and we even had five because we had a previous vice president of the European Parliament who had to go, unfortunately. So here with us this afternoon we have Mrs. Doris Pach, President of the Cultural Committee of the European Parliament. She is really the, as we would say in French, le bras armé of the Prix-LUX. She fights very, very strongly to, and she did an excellent work in promoting this Prix-LUX. Fortunately now she is supported and helped by Silvia Costa, Italian member of the European Parliament and also a well-known figure in the Italian politics. And a man in this picture, Stavros, Stavros Lambrinidis, Vice President of the European Parliament, responsible for communications and especially for decentralized communication is what we are doing here today. So, welcome to everybody. Thank you for being here. And I'll leave the floor to Bertrand, where is he, who will introduce the directors, the three directors. We have the pleasure to, first of all, congratulate you for having been already selected the first time, and que le meilleur gagne. Merci.
Just a few additional words to introduce you to Nick James, who will moderate the debate. Nick is the editor of Sight and Sound, very famous British review on cinema. And he was also member of our selection panel this year for the LUX Prize. In addition to him, we have Giorgio Gosetti. Everybody knows around here. We are his guests. No? So thank you, Giorgio. Okay, so we share your home very. So thank you again. And please, I have the great pleasure to introduce you to the three directors of the contending movies for the LUX Prize. So, Feo Aladag, your movie is great. I saw it this morning. So, Feo Aladag for Die Fremde, When We Live. The left side of Feo, we have Olivier Masset-Depasse, director of Illegal. You will see tomorrow morning at 8:30 in Sala Volpi. And Filippos Tsitos, director of Platonos Academy. So thank you to everybody, and have a nice debate.
Well, it's a big topic to be tackling at the end of a very long festival. But we are on a very tight clock, so I'm going to try and make it simplify it, and break it down into three areas of discussion. And I'm going to introduce each area of discussion, and then I'll ask various people to respond to what I've said. And I think that's the easiest way to get going. But you in the audience who wish to participate will have your opportunity 3 times, effectively, if I make it work in the time.
It's an important clock.
It is indeed. Loosely speaking, I want to talk about, to begin with, cinema as a vehicle for transmigration and also transmigrational cinema itself. Secondly, I want to talk about European co-production, its advantages and disadvantages for filmmakers and for politicians. And thirdly, I want to talk about the future of cinema in relation to the continuing dominance of the United States, of the cinema chains in Europe, and possible ways we might gain some ground back for Europe in that context. So those are the three areas, and I'll start by talking about the transmigrational thing and the idea of cultural identity itself. And I thought I'd begin with my own cultural identity, because I'm possibly becoming a rarer sort of citizen in Europe, in that I'm a Londoner through and through, and I've always lived in London, and that's who I am. And London, of course, now is one of the most multicultural cities in the world. And I want to just talk about one thing that I witnessed, which seems to me to talk directly to our subject, which was the terrorist attack on London, the Underground, the Tube. I was in the King's Cross area, and one of the few things that the British are still proud about, they're not proud about much, but they are proud about the ability to remain calm in a crisis. And the interesting thing about that day was that everybody remained calm in a crisis. That's everybody from Turkey, everybody from Iran, everybody from Germany. Everybody behaved like the British. And that gave me an insight into cultural identity. There's a lot you can absorb just from the space that you are in, the place that you are. And for me, walking into a cinema to see a film from Romania, or from, am I going too fast? No. If going to see a film from Romania, or from Hungary, or from Portugal, or from Holland, is exactly like that. You walk into a space and you absorb a great deal almost immediately. And this is one of the reasons why cinema is such a fantastic tool for crossing borders and understanding them. But of course it gets more complicated than that, because transmigrational populations themselves, you move into a country and you confront the big problems that come with transmigration, rather than this touristic idea of soaking up the atmosphere in one go. And one of the great things about these three films here is that they're representing a kind of cinema that leads you to understand these problems much more greatly than you would from the outside at all. And so one of the reasons why I'm glad to have European politicians here who advocate the cause of cinema is that, for me, cinema is a fantastic tool for having a real understanding of what the difficulties are for people who cross borders. And that's my introduction. And think I'll go to filmmakers first to see what they have to say, and maybe Filippos would.
Well, I'm a Greek. I was living in Athens until I was 25. And then I decided to go to Germany to study and to stay there, because I thought it is almost impossible to live out of making movies in Greece. That's my background. To the subject, I have, as you were talking, I thought of a little story. My film started in the summer in Germany. I had a small distribution company who liked the film very much. By the way, my film is about a Greek who realizes he is not a Greek anymore, but Albanian. So you have to know this to understand the story. And the guy of the distribution company told me the best way to put this film to the people, to break it through the people, will be to leave out of any comment about the film the fact that it is about a Greek who realizes he's Albanian, and to tell the people it's a comedy of coming from Greece. I was a little disturbed. I didn't really understood what he meant, but he had his reasons. He told me that by the time the German public hears a film about foreigners, he reacts very, very carefully. They don't really, they wouldn't really go to the cinema to see a film about foreigners. Whether it is a foreigners in Greece, or it is foreigners in Germany, or it is foreigners in New Zealand, that's not the point. And I remember we made a tour through the cities and the cinemas of Germany. And I remember the distributor reading the reviews of the local papers. And from time to time he got angry. And I said, "Why are you angry?" And he told me, "I counted 5 times the word Albanian." And as a matter of fact, he was very, very, very right. I mean, his opinion is true. And after the people saw the film, they liked it and they enjoyed it and they told me things, and etc., etc. But if you would tell them beforehand that you will go to see a film about an Albanian and a Greek being Albanian and the problematic of an Albanian in Greece, they would stay away. They wouldn't go to see it.